trophy, but here comes Gout Gout. We knew we'd see this in the final 50, so let's watch the young superstar rise. He's flying. He will be Gout of...
The way he left his competition basically in his dust says a lot about the young sprinting sensation's talent on the track. As a matter of fact, and this is probably not the first you will hear this, people refer to him as the next Usain Bolt. For him,
and obviously being compared to Usain Bolt, everyone wants to be the next star, basically. And Usain Bolt's the best sprinter, best athlete. So being compared to him, it's obviously great.
It doesn't end there.
But then I'm Gout Gout, so I want to be able to make my name as big as his name. And obviously people younger will be like, you're going to be the next Gout Gout.
Honestly, who can blame him for wanting to establish his own name?
I mean, exactly what you said. I'm trying to be...
With the way he's currently going, his goal to eclipse Usain Bolt just might be possible in a few more years. After all, Gout Gout, the 17-year-old Australian sprinter, has taken the world by storm following his record-breaking runs in the country's school and national-level athletics championships over the past 6 months. In fact, it is his electric speed, lithe form on the track, and cheerful demeanor that have drawn comparisons with some of the greatest athletes of all time, including Jamaica's Usain Bolt. The Australian talent had his first taste of success at the age of 13, when he won the 100-meter and 200-meter races in a school competition. But the lanky teenager remained humble and earned his coach's approval. Anyhow, despite his rapid rise on the track, it was not until December 2024 that the rest of the world took notice of his prodigious talent. At the time, Gout clocked 20.04 seconds in the 200-meter race at the Australian All-Schools Championships and became the fastest U16 200-meter runner in history. In the process, he surpassed Bolt's time of 20.13 and became the second fastest 200-meter male athlete ever in the under-18 category. At the same competition, Gout won the 100-meter final in 10.17 seconds and broke the Australian U18 record. While most of his record-breaking exploits have been at the national level, it is Gout's rapid rise and the remarkable progression in the 200-meter race that contributed to his growing popularity. Comparisons with Bolt, considered by many to be the greatest sprinter of all time, have contributed to the global media spotlight on the teenager, who is currently placed 30th in World Athletics 200-meter rankings. This year, he continues to show the world what he is capable of. Case in point, in early April, Gout Gout became the third Australian to run 100 meters in less than 10 seconds. And he did it twice within 2 hours on a dramatic day at the National Athletics Championships in Perth. While this is notable, the teenager's 2 times of 9.99 seconds, one in the heat and one in the final, will, unfortunately, not be formally recorded due to illegal tailwinds. Needless to say, the 17-year-old easily won the Australian under-21 100-meter title, but the excitement around his victory in the final was tempered by the wind reading. As he crossed the line, the screen adjacent to the track flashed 2.6 meters per second, easily more than the 2 meters per second limit allowed. Gout's heat time also had an illegal wind reading of 3.5 meters per second. Despite this, Gout said he felt pretty good after the final, and that he wasn't upset by the conditions that prevented him from formally recording a sub-10 seconds time. Sometimes it's frustrating, but you can't control what you can't control, and the wind is obviously a thing you can't control. You've got to learn how to run with it or run against it, he said. Honestly, it's understandable that he feels that way. Nothing can change the fact that Gout is only the third Australian to run the 100-meter quicker than 10 seconds in any conditions. Just so you know, the Australian 100-meter record was set by Patrick Johnson in 2003, with a time of 9.93 seconds. Mind you, Johnson went as fast as 9.88 seconds with a 3.6 meters per second tailwind in Perth, a month before he set the Australian record in 2003. Then there's Rohan Browning, who stopped the clock at 9.96 seconds in Wollongong in 2021, but with 3.3 meters per second behind him. Rather than focus on what has already happened, to which he had no control over, Gout chose to put his focus on the open competition in the 200 meter, in which he holds the national record. There, unsurprisingly, he won the Australian 200 meter title and broke the 20-second barrier with a wind-assisted performance in Perth. He crossed the line in 19.84 seconds, 0.2 seconds faster than his own national record. But it was not an official record because of a wind speed of plus 2.2 meters per second. Nevertheless, Gout became the second fastest under-20 200-meter sprinter in history, in all conditions behind American Ariane Knighton, who clocked 19.49 at the LSU Invitational in 2022. Top speed is my gift. I used it, took off, and I got sub 20, so I couldn't be happier, said Gout, who ran a legal 20.21 in the heats. I've been chasing getting that sub 10, focusing on my first 100, and that's exactly what I did. Feels pretty good. Referring to the wind conditions, he did admit though, it's definitely frustrating when it's not on my side, but hopefully one day the wind will be great. Notably, Gout's 200-meter PB remains 20.04, which he ran in December, when he broke Peter Norman's 56-year-old national record. He admitted he had felt pretty nervous in the week leading up to the competition, but used it to his advantage. "These are the steps we take to the top," said Gout after capturing his first open-age national title. "These are the steps I need to take to potentially become a world or Olympic champion. If I can focus on the little things, I think I can take it far." Gout was the youngest in the field by 2 years, and he conceded it was daunting. But he refused to be overawed by facing much older opponents once he walked up to the start line, completing a commanding win ahead of Aidan Murphy and Christopher Ayas. "At the end of the day, we all bleed red and we're all human, so age doesn't matter," Gout said. "It's about speed." So what's next for him? Well, it was revealed that the Australian sprint sensation Gout Gout is now headed to the Diamond League. The teenage athletics prodigy will make his debut in the U23 200-meter pre-program race in Monaco in July. For context, the U23 event will take place at the start of the Diamond League pre-program and marks another huge step for the 17-year-old as he aims to compete at the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo this September. As some of you already know, Gout Gout is looking to make his senior international debut in Japan, following his silver medal performance in the 200-meter at last year's World Athletics U20 Championships in Lima, Peru. It was earlier announced that the teen sprinter has been confirmed on Australia's team for the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo in September. The 17-year-old son of South Sudanese immigrants will run in the 200 meters. Gout Gout sure has what it takes to make his way to the top of the sport. While there are numerous achievements that have thrown him into the spotlight, making him the most talked about young athlete on the planet, they aren't close to the final goals he has set for himself. The limit is winning the Olympics and winning the World Championships, and honestly, dominating like Usain Bolt did. "I think that limit is reachable for me," he claimed. Some of you may even recall that when Gout was a guest on Lyles's podcast, Beyond the Records, where, alongside hurdler Grant Holloway, the two shared banter about the rivalry that may grow between them. "I am coming for that spot," Gout joked about taking Lyles's position as the #1 sprinter in the world. He wasn't entirely kidding either. Do you think this athlete is on the right path to Tokyo? Watch this and be the judge.